So let's talk about how to practice FRCs, especially FRCs that you use both in neutral by themselves and then also in block strings. So typically like a projectile. So for example, Venom has this Stinger FRC. So when you're practicing this, my recommendation is that you practice it two ways. You practice the timing raw, so like just doing a Stinger and FRCing it. And you also practice it in a string because the timing is most likely going to feel a bit different to you when you practice it in a string. Just due to the fact that your special move is likely to get buffered, the FRC timing is probably going to feel later to you than it does when you just do it raw. So my recommendation is that you practice it both ways, in a string and also just by itself. And the way I like to think about this is I treat them as two separate kind of units in my head, two different timings, almost like two different moves in my head. So in my head I have raw Stinger and then I have Stinger when I'm canceling it from something. And in my mind those are two different timings and I practice them separately and think of them separately. So just make sure that you don't go into training mode and just practice doing it raw, and then you're very likely to find that in matches when you try to do it from a block string, you're going to miss the FRC. So that's my recommendation.